Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you are watching Remstar Says So. Thank you for coming to watch my video today. If you're one of my subscribers, salute. If you're one of my regular listeners, please take this opportunity to subscribe. And if you're new to the channel or you've only watched one or two videos, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and get involved. This is a boxing channel where I give my opinion. I couldn't give two crumbs about you fanboys. This is a channel where I'm just saying what I think. If you like it, great. If you don't, I know there's plenty of other fanboy channels out there that will tell you exactly what you want to hear whenever you want to hear it, because that's how they get their YouTube money and their super chats and all that other BS that these YouTube channels like doing. Me personally, I'm giving my opinion. You're either gonna like it or you won't. Couldn't give two shits. So yeah, welcome to Remstar Says So. Today's video is about Danny Jacobs versus Canelo Alvarez for the middleweight unification clash. Danny Jacobs, who picked up the IBF title, is fighting Canelo Alvarez, who is also defending his WBA, WBC, ring and lineal middleweight championships. This is a fight that I've been wanting to see. A lot of people said and believe that Danny Jacobs was robbed against Golovkin when he fought him back in when he fought Golovkin back in March 2018. I remember staying up for that fight, and to me, I think it was close. I didn't care about the result, and I say I didn't care because the fight was so close that if they would have given it to if they would have given it to Jacobs, you could justify that. If they would have made it a draw, you could justify that. And the way how they went is they gave it to Gennady Golovkin, and you could justify that as well. My major take on this is that, you know, the Danny Jacobs hardcore fans will say that he was robbed. I know a lot of people that sort of watch boxing that were sort of pro Jacobs and thought that Jacobs done it. But I do think if you're gonna beat somebody on points, I think you got to do a lot more. I find it hard if I was a judge to give somebody a championship that you edge on points. You know, it was a good fight, and I wasn't pissed about the result. You know, if Jacobs would have won, I wouldn't have complained. Golovkin won, and I thought they should have rematched, but they never did. So, what can I say? But Danny Jacobs, in a twist of fate that came his way in October 2018, he was able to fight for the vacant IBF title, which Eddie Hearn sort of got him into that fight. At the time, Golovkin was supposed to be defending his IBF belt to Sergey Derevchenko, but I believe that he wanted to fight Vanis Manaroshan on that Mexican Day of the Dead, one of those Mexican holidays, because he thought it was going to generate money or something stupid like that. Everybody who knows boxing that isn't a casual fan knows that the IBF are probably the strictest governing body out of the four of them. When the IBF calls for a mandatory, unless they've allowed you for a unification or undisputed, you've got to take that fight. So Golovkin was stripped of the belt, and Danny Jacobs went on to win a split decision against Sergey Derevchenko. He's now going up to fight Canelo Alvarez, who might be one of the best fighters out today. He's definitely there pound for pound. And I think what makes Canelo Alvarez so bloody dangerous is that he's only 28 years old, and he's got a resume that a lot of fighters will never pick up in their lifetime. Somehow, Canelo Alvarez has managed to fight 51 times in his career, and his only loss coming against Floyd Mayweather, where Mayweather challenged him for the WBA Unified, WBC, and Ring Light Middleweight Championship titles back when Canelo was sort of campaigning at the 154 weight grade. Since then, Canelo has sort of stepped up and he's gone on a bit of a tirade. Like, he took the ring and lineal and WBC titles off of Miguel Cotto. He fought Amir Khan in a fight that nobody wanted to see. But the fact is, Amir Khan, he was in that fight to the bitter end. In fact, I remember on my scorecards, and I think a lot of judges, until he got chinned, had Amir Khan up. But Canelo Alvarez, he's done it all. He's beaten Julio Cesar Chavez. He beat Liam Smith. Um, that was another sort of barnstorm. We all knew what was going to happen there. The two fights against Golovkin, quite controversial. I think Golovkin definitely won the first fight. Um, and I think the second fight, I would have either edged it to Golovkin or had it as a draw. But when you're a money man, Canelo Alvarez, as much as Eddie Hearn likes to talk about AJ being the money man and the name in the division, is Canelo. All you've got to do is look at the contract extension that Canelo's got, um, and look at the contract extension that AJ got. Canelo's contract dwarfs AJ's contract. The only thing is that now Canelo won't be fighting on a pay-per-view platform, but I'm sure he's still going to get money from like ticket sales and merchandise and so on and so forth. So we're looking forward to seeing this unification. For me, I think the only way Danny Jacobs can beat Canelo is if he knocks him out. And Canelo Alvarez has a granite chin. Nobody's been able to knock him out, and I don't think anybody ever will. Not for now, anyway. Canelo Alvarez, even though he's had 54 fights, one loss, two draws, 51 wins, he's in the prime of his life at 28 years old. And I think he's going to be too much. I think he's going to put on a tactical technician masterclass. And you could say maybe Danny Jacobs is maybe selling this belt, cashing out. If I was Danny Jacobs, I would have made a unification fight with his stablemate, Demetrius Andrade, who picked up the vacant WBO belt after Billy Joe Saunders was stripped. And then the winner should have fought in Canelo for sort of undisputed. I think that this fight was just a little bit too early. And I hear like murmurs of Demetrius Andrade saying that he wants to fight the winner of these two. The thing is that I think Demetrius Andrade would lose to either of them. What does Danny Jacobs need to do to? Can he get a result against Canelo? I think the answer is no. I think the only fighter in the world that could get a decision against Canelo would be Floyd Mayweather if he came back, and possibly Manny Pacquiao if he went up in weight, potentially. But let's just remember who the money man is. The only person who generates more money than Canelo that is actually a viable fight would be Mayweather if he came back. So I don't know. It's a strange one. It's a very strange one. I think that Canelo, he's going to put on a masterclass. He's very good defensively. He puts his punches in bunches. He's got a good jab. He's got a solid right hand. He's got a chin that just won't give in. Um, I just have to fancy Canelo to be the favorite on this one. I'd love to see what the purse splits are. I haven't seen any information on that one, but we all know that Canelo will be like the great A side. I know that this is a Golden Boy production, and Eddie Hearn's not really doing anything. He's just sending another one of his lambs to slaughter, similar to what he did with Rocky Fielding. Eddie Hearn knows for a fact that Danny Jacobs doesn't have any chance in this one. If I was Eddie Hearn, I would have tried to have. I probably would have made a rematch with Golovkin and then pushed for Danny Jacobs to be the A side. But I guess maybe he thought that Golovkin would beat him as well. So why not go and cash out your belt to the highest bidder? That's probably what they're looking at, in my opinion. What are your thoughts on this matter? Do you think that Danny Jacobs has any chance in hell in beating him? Is Canelo going to be too much? Will Canelo knock him out, or is it going to be a sort of unanimous decision? Hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment. You're watching Remstar Says So. Thanks a lot.